Bad Wolf, the man in black. All right. So, how do you file a trademark? How do you get a trademark registration? What is a trademark registration? Should I do it? Do I need it? Well, what that is you. Well, you've heard of, you know what trademarks. You've watched movies. They say this image is trademarked. You know, blah blah blah. Well, you can do the same thing with your name. Okay, and that's what this really is about. So it's based off of your straw man and you claiming it. This is one way you can claim it. Um, there's other ways. You can open a business underneath a name where you're basically registering that you own that name. So it's the same thing. This is just a different way. I think it costs, at least here in Wisconsin, it's like 40 or $50 for the file. But how do you do it? What is it? It's all really self-explanatory. You go to your state, whichever one you live in. You go to whatever their head of state's website is. Like for ours, it's wdfi.org, and there'll be a section over there that'll say file your trademark, or copyright your trademark or something like that. Register it, or registration for that. You can do it through a UCC one on there as well, but the more popular way to do it, the better way to do it would be just to go straight to doing a trademark registration. Okay, because then you're saying you own it, you're saying you have all the rights to it, it's exclusive. So when you go through it, it'll ask you a question like, how long have you been using it? For me, when I did mine, I said since I was born, 76. So I said 1976, my birth month and all that good stuff, the day. This is when I was starting using it. If you want to even put a little bit before then, you can. But in general, or you can just say 2 years ago, 5 years, whatever. I mean, whenever you want to claim it, really. But for me, because then if I say it on the day of, or the day before I was born, it was being used for me, then that means that you have really exclusive rights to that. Okay. So it's all self-explanatory. You go through it. You're going to put, your name in there, upper and lower case, and then they're going to say, well, what name have you been using? So here's the key thing. You want to put every variation of your name. Okay, so hear me out. So you're going to put your upper and lower case name, first, middle, last. You're going to put your straw man name, especially, and really you want to start off with that. They'll ask you, what's your primary trade name, okay? Put your all caps name first, middle, last. That's how you gain access to your straw man, okay? Because now you own that all caps name. They are the trustees of it, but no one has filed a trademark for that name, most likely in your state, okay? So you file for that. Then it'll say, have this business or entity used any other name, or are there any other variations associated with this name or to be construed as this name? That's when you're going to want to lay out everything. All right. So your upper and lowercase name, your all case name, first full name, middle name, last name, all spelled out. Okay. Then all caps, first name, middle initial, full last name. First initial, middle initial, last initial only. Last initial, middle initial, first initial, in all caps. First initial, last initial. Any other names your nicknames that you've gone by. Last name, full middle name, first name. Because in the military, they usually tend to go all caps and start off with your last name, middle initial, full name. You want every variation, every which way you can mix and match your name, uppercase, lowercase, initials, nicknames, all of them. Just your first initial and last name, middle initial, last name, first name, middle name, all of them. You want to put every variation you can possibly think of, and it's more than you think, especially when you throw in upper and lower case. Once you do all of these things in the box below it, you now are the owner of those trademarks. So anytime somebody wants to use any of those things, any kind of associations with that, okay, you can charge because they're utilizing your trademark. They're infringing on it. Okay, you can charge a fee. All right. So you might also want to put in there a free variant of your name. Let's say you go J O and then your last name or something, or you know, your first name, then a number and whatever, just so they have something free that they can utilize to contact or message you. You don't have to. I'm just saying you might want to do that because some people I know right now, they're going to be like, well, I'm going to do that and I'm going to own that name. And then every time they send me mail, I'm going to send them a cease and desist, which you can do. For me, I don't want to really rock the boat. I'm telling you what's possible, educational purposes only, is that anytime somebody uses that information, that variation, you are the owner of it. You have full rights to charge a fee for it. Now, you can't just send them an instant fee right away. You have to send them a notice of cease and desist. And if you want to be proper, that's why I said you put in an alternate name that is free for them to use, some variant of your name, you know, whatever. Excuse me. And you give them notice that you have a 15-day or 7-day notice to cease and desist. Otherwise, this is the fee for utilizing this, for contacting me by utilizing my trademark. And then they have to cease and desist. If they don't and they continue, that's when you can go after them, send them a bill or take them to court and sue them that way. Like I said, the proper way to do it, if you want to be business correct, would be to have a variant of your name, maybe your last name only with your first initial, and put like 101 behind it and say this is the official correspondence name that is free to use when conducting business with me or trying to contact or communicate. So if any other places, departments, organizations, whatever else use that name, or you apply for something, you have to let them know that, hey, this is a trademark name, and so they might then also ask you, well, do you have a a free name, or are you giving us permission to utilize your name? So those are some of the things you have to keep in mind that you might have to do when you do that. So that's just a little bit of information on how to do a trademark. It's all self-explanatory. It all just says how much you can put down there. Fee for utilizing this specific name, 1,000, 5,000, 500,000. No fee. I just own it. Whatever. And fill out the form, pay the fee, and that's it. You filed it. Unless it infringes upon someone else's, you should be okay. Most likely, no one in your state has your exact name, which I know some people do, but has filed a trademark on it. Also, like if you have a family crest or logo, a symbol that you always use, that is yours. Now you can borrow other people's images as long as you change them, but it has to be more than 25, I think 30 or 35%, so somewhere in there, where it no longer has that percentage. That percentage of it is completely different, and then you can utilize it, and then you can trademark it. If you don't, then you just use theirs, especially in commercial purposes for making money, or where money is of consideration, or you're doing like your channel and it's bringing in money on a commercial level, they can kind of go after you for that. So make sure you're not stealing other people's stuff, and if you borrow it and you modify it, it becomes yours, and that you can trademark. So that's about it, guys. Bad Wolf's gonna get out here. I got way more videos to make. How you like my jellyfish in the background? And I bought them in Atlantis. I got Atlantean money. So once again, offers are down below. Check out those for discounts on Uber, Uber Eats, whatever else. New files are down below in the description box. I'm going to try to say that more often so that people who watch the video know where to find it, because I didn't make a video on knowing where to find that kind of stuff. Anyway, so take care of yourselves. Enjoy the summer. Talk to you later. Bring you guys more knowledge. So get your U.S. nationality on.